What is up, people of YouTube? That is a common thing to say now whenever you make YouTube videos. Today I'm going to be reviewing my Squier Bullet Strat. This is what it looks like. I got a couple stupid stickers on here like I love cock and stuff. I bought this guitar for 60 bucks because in the same spot the whole thing was just busted and cracked. I got it off eBay and I just fixed it, and then I dropped it again on cement or on concrete, and it did that. But I don't really care too much about this guitar enough to fix it again. Now, before I get into reviewing anything, one problem I've always had with these is where the strap hookup is. I cannot think of the name of that. Where the bolt is, where you hook up the straps. Anytime I've ever bought a cheap Squier guitar like this, they always break within like a month. So that's something you gotta look out for. And honestly, there's really nothing you can do to prevent it. I guess maybe buy a lighter strap, one that, like, I have a lock on one. Maybe not buy a lock on one, just one that slides over it. But they always break. I fixed this one, not that one, because that tape has lasted me like 2 years with this guitar. You can see where I had duct tape to try to hold in this one. But a good way to fix this is if you get toothpicks. You get like 4 or 5 and you shove them in the hole right there, and you put in wood glue, and then you just hammer it down until it's flush with the guitar, and give it about 30 minutes to an hour is what I did. You could probably do it faster, honestly. And you just drill the screw back in, and it's held ever since, and that was about 6 months ago. Now, the bridge on it is nothing special. It does not come with a whammy bar. I just had an old one laying around. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty shitty bridge, but honestly, I don't really ever change the bridge in any of my guitars because I don't really think it helps with the tone. If anything, it helps with the whammy bar a little, make it not go out of tune whenever you use it. The pickups are single coil, but I had a Seymour Duncan Hot Reels laying around, so I threw that in there. I think this thing was like 150 bucks, and like I said, I got my guitar for 60, so yeah, it's worth more than the guitar. But this is a humbucker, just in single coil style. Like the bridge up here is just a single coil, and I don't actually have one in for the middle one. I just took it out. The bridge pickup is not that bad. It doesn't sound bad. It honestly just depends on the amp that you're playing through, which I'm not playing through a great one right now. So it doesn't sound the best, but I will play a little something for the bridge. Another problem I've always had is this, where you put the jack in, the plating around it always comes out. For some reason, the screws always get stripped. It hasn't happened on this guitar yet, but it has happened on other Squiers. And I changed the pick guard. I don't think this is a standard one you can get for the Bullet Strat. It may be. I know this is a very common color. It's like sunburst red. The tone on it, I didn't change the tone pots, but the tone on it isn't terrible. Like I said, it's a really light guitar, so it sounds just kind of overall twangy. This is a volume. I just never put the actual dial on it back. Now the fretboard is maple, and the neck is as well. Yeah, it's not bad. As you can see, mine needs a cleaning, but overall it's pretty good. It feels nice to play on. You know, like I've played with plywood guitars before, and those are just not good. They're fun to play with at all. This is what the back looks like. It's got easy access to the back, so you can change out some stuff if you want. And the tuners on it, they're just the standard tuners. I never changed them. They work okay. You can see where it actually says used, just barely. But I've never changed the tuners. I don't really have much of a problem, except I have a problem with my G string staying in tune, especially when I'm playing live for some reason. When I use this guitar, it doesn't stay in tune very well. Now the nut of it, you can see I need to dust it, but the nut of the guitar, it's not bone, it's like almost like rubber, but it works. It's not terrible. Now I'm gonna play Say It Ain't So. That's just because I think it sounds good with the bridge pickup on this guitar and amp. Like I said, I am playing through a shitty amp right now, so it doesn't sound very good. And keep in mind, I am recording this with my iPhone. I don't have a mic, it's just straight through my iPhone, so the audio recording is not going to be the best either. But this will give you a little taste of what it would sound like if you had if you're a beginner and you got a cheap amp and a cheap guitar. Like I said, cheap guitar, cheap amp, but it is a good guitar if you want to go cheap, and if you're a beginner, or if you're experienced and you just want something for the road, you don't want to bring your baby, you know, you don't want to rough it up, or if you just want a guitar to fucking smash at the end of a live show or something, I would definitely get something like this. As I've made it through my shitty review the whole way through, I would give this guitar between guitars $100 through $200, I would give it out of a 10. I'd give it probably a 6 or a 7. It's a pretty solid little guitar for beginners, or just really if you just want a cheap guitar to fuck around with and put some mods in of your own. Yeah, I would recommend getting it. I would buy it again if I didn't already own it.